All right, thank you all. I'm Francis, and this is Russell, Neil's old roommates. So we're here to share some brief, but kind of required insight on who Neil is. Thrilled to be here to celebrate Neil and Zoe, and thank you, Neil and Zoe, for this day and all this amazing activity we've had so far. So thank you, and thank you to all involved. But the insight on Neil, some of you know, nicknames are fairly important to those of us who grew up in Cleveland, New Hampshire. The most defining one for Neil is Joshua, the one his sister Millie, who usually goes by Stanley these days, named him when he was just a few years old. She's never used another name, so try it out in response to it. But there's a few more surviving nicknames in the rotation. And like Joshua, we don't really know where they came from. Etymology unknown, untraced, but some of the nicknames that survive in the rotation are Tommy Davis, Neil Megalito, Longbeard, the Criminal, and the Devil Child. Beyond nicknames, I can tell you that Neil's always had a lot of energy and has always had an urge for going when it comes to adventure and exploration. Before I went off to college, some of our funnest memories you've heard about: wandering the woods, fishing the rivers, skating frozen ponds, and taking road trips with Neil and his faithful 2-gallon trucker bucket. Hard to forget. Our careers in show business only briefly overlapped, but he was the leader of the band, even when all he was authorized to do was hold down the rhythm section. And since Neil went to college, some of my favorite and most productive memories have been with Neil, including kitchen and basement overhauls, setting speed records for swing set assembly, and when we moved from one house to the next, our current house, Joshua made that happen too. Neil, Caleb, and Grace, his niece and nephew, still call the room Neil stayed in for a week after us moving in, Uncle Neil's room. Come back.
It's a pleasure to be here in celebration of Zoe and Neil. They're not your average bears, and neither is their union. Both are remarkable in their own ways. Although Francis is elder and wiser, I experienced an additional 2 years of Neil after Francis left for college. I seem to forget the time before Neil was superhuman. He grew up fast, making distant memories of our spoon feeding him, pulling him up the sledding hill and down, performing emergency on-stage surgeries of the lumberjack that fell off the stick, or having to give up the microphone for one of Neil's jars. All of a sudden, Neil was looking to excel in a growing array of pursuits. He saved up and bought a 29er style of mountain bike, even before I knew what they were. When he was 15, he inspired me to buy alpine touring skis, and then spearheaded a trip to go together and ski some of Colorado's peaks. He learned guitar to supplement his role as music teacher at the Newport Montessori School, notable because mastering fiddle, piano, accordion was all that was necessary to graduate from school Wojciechowski. His need for doing things in the best and most fun way has always been inspiring and infectious.
And now coming to you, Zoe, it's been clear at the beginning, from the beginning, a perfect compliment to Neil, including, your sharing his penchant for action and adventure. Everyone's heard about their time living and learning in New York City, the stereotypical next step of moving to Alabama, pickup trips across the country, and of course playing ultimate all along the way. And Zoe with us has been herself, warm, inquisitive, welcoming, gracious. And we'll just try not to indulge in one of our favorite pastimes of judging her for her non-judgment of us and really in general in life. But we're thrilled to be here today with all of you as part of this celebration. So looking forward to spending the rest of this evening celebrating with all of you. And thank you.
Thank you.
Relax, our wait staff will be around.